Hey everyone, and welcome to my new channel. Not the way I wanted to start this channel, but this video is going to be very important in this time, so I wanted to make it and get it out right away. Okay, this is going to be everything that I do for myself and my clients to help them stay in the best shape and the best mindset during this time, so please pay attention to this video. If you are like me, you really feel the effects of the gym being shut down. I mean, just last week I was preparing for my first show, training twice a day, dieting really hard, and getting in the best shape of my life. Now I can't use the gym at all, and it's completely thrown me, as I'm sure it has yourself and a lot of people around you. I was just on the cusp of launching a new program, kickstarting my YouTube channel and doing all these videos. There's always something in your power to do, okay? And this video is going to be about scaling everything back, focusing on the things that you have in your power to do, and doing that, all right? Again, not how I envisioned kicking off this YouTube channel, but this will help, okay? So without further ado, we're going to get into the video. Now this first tip, it's quite vague, but it's very important. The rest of the video, the rest of the tips are going to have a lot of better takeaways, but I need to say this at the start. Put everything in perspective. Everyone's fearing, losing this and not being able to do that, and they're pumping their mind and their thought processes filled with fear. What you have to do is just look at what you have in your disposal. If you have to self-isolate and stay hygienic just to be safe from everything, it's all going to restore back to normal, okay? So just put it in perspective and focus on what you can, okay? You have to be positive. Thoughts become things. What you focus on expands. If your thought process is filled with fear and doubt, then that's what will manifest. If you focus on the things that you have in your power to do and just be positive, then you're going to be much better for it, okay? So I'm going to move on because you probably heard that before. Alright, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this video. Tip 2, grab a piece of paper and a pen. What I want you to do, and this is what I'm going to do for all my clients, okay? So this is the blueprint I'm going to follow as a PT for myself and for all my clients to progress during this time. So tip 2 is write down an exercise library. Write down every single exercise that you can possibly do. That's tip 2, okay? So just think of all the body weight exercises that you can write down, write them down. Think about locations. In Australia, we can still leave the house. So you can go to a beach, you can go to parks, just really delve deep and write down a list of everything that you can do. Now, one piece of equipment that you have opens up a whole new exercise library. For example, I've got a client who's just got a TRX. Awesome. There's so many things that you can do with a TRX down at the park. Jump squats and TRX rows and flies and you name it, curls. Look up the piece of equipment that you have and look up exercises you can do for that and write that down in your library. If you only have light dumbbells and you're someone like me that needs to lift heavy to get a stimulus, then still write down those exercises and change the order. For example, I've got a client with only 5 kilo dumbbells and I wrote a shoulder exercise routine for him. What we did, if he would shoulder press them all day, we pre-exhausted 100 reps of lateral raises, really slow tempo, then his shoulders were burning. Then we went into rear delt flies, shoulders were burning, and we went into front raises. Then upright rows, this is 100 reps on every exercise. Then we did Arnold presses, then he did his presses, 100 reps, his shoulders were screwed, and then he finished with 100 laterals. He said, it's one of the best shoulder routines I've ever done, and all I had was 5 kilo dumbbells. Sorry to interrupt the flow of the video, but as you just seen, I demonstrated that workout. I had 7s instead of 5s, but got a really, really good shoulder pump, and I'm used to throwing around 40 kilo dumbbells for my shoulder presses. That was still sufficient enough with those light dumbbells. So again, make do with what you got and make it count. You have to think outside the box and you have to not make any excuses. We don't know when this is going to end, so collate all the exercises, all the equipment you have, and write down on a piece of paper. That's step 2. Step 3, now that you have your list, you have to identify what kind of training that you're doing. Now I'm still going to be doing a bodybuilding split, trying to build and maintain muscle mass, so get a really good stimulus on those muscles. I've seen some really ridiculous workouts on Instagram where people bringing curling milk cartons and doing all this crap. Like, none of that's really effective. Narrow it down to the effective things, okay? Which is going to be, let's face it, your exercise library is going to be 10 times smaller than it would be if you had a gym. So just 10x it. Rather than do 3 sets of 10 of push-ups, do 500 push-ups. If you've only got one exercise to create a stimulus on that muscle group, then do it until you can't do anymore. Stimulus is stimulus, you're going to maintain that muscle mass and you're going to still get results during this time, okay? No excuses. Alright, now step 4. You've got your exercise library. Now you've identified what exercises you want to do on what particular body part. Now actually let's create a structure. Let's write a split routine. For example, legs is a great body part to train at home. I've made really good leg routines for people with no equipment. I will go and demonstrate that for you now and use that as an example of what you can do for every particular body part. Let's go. Okay, so here we are in my little home gym. Firstly, I want to thank Kelly at New Body Fitness for letting me borrow some dumbbells. Stop me from going completely insane. But as you see, I'm in my home gear. I look like a Lego man. I haven't had a haircut, so whatever. I just want to get this information out there for you. So here's a really quick leg routine that I've been giving to my clients. And just by showing this, I'm going to have an example of the principles I want you to follow while having less equipment and less weight. Your muscles can't count. Just burn them and you're going to maintain them and build upon them, okay? So, all you need is a bench for this. We hit a Bulgarian split squat. Alright, slow the tempo down and burn the hell out of it. Just down, up, okay? I'm not going to do the whole thing, alright? But just really push through the heel, feel it through the glute, okay? Work it. 20 reps, 30 reps, whatever it's going to burn, go straight into the step up and then burn it out. Trust me, it's going to burn. Match what you do on that leg with the other leg, write it down and try to beat it every time. You don't have to only do it for 2, 3, 4 sets like you would do in the gym. If that's all you have, do it for 10 sets. I'm telling you, your legs are going to be screwed. Then, here's some plyo. If you look at sprinters' legs, their legs are massive because of the fast twitch muscle fibers. Now doing plyometric lunges and jump squats is going to give you a very similar stimulus without that weight. So, do them till they burn. Don't count. Just hit it. Bam. Just keep going. Keep going, keep going, hit 50, whatever. As soon as they're completely burned out, hit another 20 jump squats where you're just exploding. I'm telling you, all you need to do is just create a stimulus. Don't worry about having a neat little package, but write it down. So step number 5 is don't wing it. One of the things that I do for all my clients is apply progressive overload with their training. You track everything. If it's measurable, it's manageable. If you don't measure it, you don't know what to change when it's not working. Now, we don't know how long we're on lockdown for, so make it count. Do not wing it. Write down an actual bodybuilding split or a cardio-based workout, whatever your goals are, whatever your training methods are. But write it down. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Write down particular muscle groups, exercises, everything. Don't wing it. Now, as I said, applying the principle of progressive overload with my clients, Dave pressed 45 kg dumbbells on incline press for 8 reps. Next week he got 9. That's a full extra rep. By tracking it, he's able to progress. If you can do 31 push-ups to failure, write that down. Do 33 next time. Do 50. Do whatever it takes. But don't just wing it and do random workouts. Actually get the benefit from this, alright? So, let's recap the exercise portion. Alright, tip number 6 is nutrition, food. This is absolutely paramount. Nutrition is more important than your training. And that still applies now during these crazy times. Now this tip is going to be based off the fact that supermarkets and this whole panic buying situation has made it hard for you to get what you wanted to get. I was getting ready for a comp, as you know, and I needed to go down the shop and buy vegetables, meats, rice, oats, and I couldn't get any of them. And it was pretty frustrating. So this is what I applied to get in the best shape possible with what I had at my disposal. You have to download the MyFitnessPal app, okay? That's a very, very good free app. Download it, set your calories up and your macronutrient split. All my clients, I'll set this up for you. if you don't know how to do this, you can just look at a calorie calculator to see what you should be on, and just do a 40% protein, 40% carb, 20% fats as a general split to start on if you don't know what to do, okay? Mine was different, but just start on that. Now, come and have a look at my fridge and my cupboard. So if you see here, I managed to get some meats and actually put them in the freezer. I got freezer bags full of veggies, but this wasn't the case. So when I could get them, I stocked up and put them in the freezer, and not panic bought, just so I can hit my macros. But I didn't have those, okay? So let's think. I need to get 220 grams of protein. I don't have any meats. What do I have? Focus on what you had. I had protein powder, I had eggs, and I had tins of tuna. So all I did was cycle those until I hit those macros. I had 220 grams of protein, I hit that with what I had. And that's what you need to do. If you don't have rices and pastas and all the carbs that you need, what do you have? Fortunately I had, I had these whole grain, slow digesting noodles. That was all I had, with some bananas, and that was pretty much it. So I just pumped them till I hit 250 grams of carbs, and that it is what it is. Fats, as you see, I could buy tuna, so I stocked up on tuna. Nuts, I got heaps of nuts. I just got what I could and made do with what I had, and that's it. If it tells you to have 220 grams of protein, 250 carbs, 70 fats, then use the food that you have at your disposal and make up those numbers. You're going to be just fine. It's very important. And tip number 7, once you've got all the 6 steps in place, you're going to have a good structure. Tip number 7 is use this as an opportunity to better yourself. Let's face it, you weren't performing optimally. You weren't performing up to 100% of your potential. One of the biggest objections I had as a trainer was I can't get to the gym. If you have to do at-home workouts, you can't allocate 30 minutes on a lockdown to do an at-home workout. I think you could do 2 a day. You could train every single day and get the best shape of your life because you don't have any more excuses. This is an opportunity for you to revisit some of the things that you told yourself you would do, but you ran out of time. Get up early, read a book that's going to educate you on an area that you want to, further your expertise. Write down a plan for when this whole crisis ends, because it's going to. Really think about who you are, what skills and talents and values you bring to the world, and further that. I had a bit of a pity party for a few days when my livelihood got taken away, but did it really? There's still so many things that you can do. Now my focus is going to be on making YouTube videos, since I can't do as many sessions. There's always something that you can do. Now I want you to use this as an opportunity to focus on some things that you told yourself you would do, but you ran out of time, you didn't have the resources, you didn't have whatever. It's 2020, we've got the internet, you can do everything. You've got more time. Time's the most valuable asset that you can have in this world. You've got time to work out, to read, to revisit your goals, to meditate, to focus on what's important in your life. This is a blessing in disguise, and I want you to use it that way, okay? So if you apply all these 7 tips, this quarantining, self-isolating time, lockdown time is going to be very well spent. It's actually going to be cleansing for you, okay? So please take these tips on board. For all my clients, everything that I spoke about in this video, I'm going to apply for you guys. Now, if you found this video helpful, please share it, like and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be making a lot more videos like this. I'm going to be making a lot more videos on topics that can help a lot of people, and I hope you share this journey with me. Anyway, I hope this helped, and look after yourself.